I've got some great questions today on both our salt pork video and on the Indian pudding video. Thanks for joining us today on Exploring the 18th Century with James Townsend and Son. First, I want to thank everyone for watching these videos and your wonderful questions and comments. Our first question comes from FMD McCann. He says, I love your show, one of the best on YouTube. I really enjoy learning about historical food. The pudding looks delicious. Why is it called Indian pudding? Well, it's called Indian pudding because it uses Indian corn or Indian meal. And in the 18th century, a lot of times you'll hear the word corn. And, we refer to our yellow corn as just plain corn. But the English used corn that meant any kind of grain. So they would say corn, and they could mean wheat, or they could mean any other kind of grain. Even gunpowder used the term corn. So it just means a large granule or a large grain. So in the 18th century, to differentiate, they always called corn that we call corn today, they called it Indian corn, or even sometimes they called it maize. We're all familiar with that also. Our next question is from Colleen Rose, and she's commenting on the salt pork video, and she says, what type of salt were you packing the pork with? Was it the same salt you used to make the brine, regular table salt, iodized, or sea salt? You can use anything that's not iodized. You definitely want to use either sea salt or kosher salt, but you don't want to use an iodized salt for that, for salting any kind of meat. The next great question comes from Dana Coronado, and she says, what is your persona? You always seem to be rotating between a soldier and a civilian. Just curious. Well, I do basically rotate what I dress depending on the subject matter of a particular video. I don't have a particular persona. I don't go to events as anything but somebody who sells things, so I haven't researched specific personas to reenact. So basically, I just pick out the right kind of clothing that'll fit with the subject of the video. But it's a great question. Our last question comes from Category1. And they ask, as always, this Indian pudding looks as delicious as many of your other recipes, but just when is this end of the series for the holiday? I don't want to miss it. We have one more video, I think, before the end. So the 22nd should be the final feast video. Make sure to watch the Monday of the 22nd. It'll be up probably 4 or 5 o'clock in the afternoon. So it's getting really close to Christmas, and some people have asked, can I still get items from James Townsend and Son for Christmas? Well, the rule of thumb around here is it certainly doesn't hurt to ask. It's quite likely that if the item you're interested in is in stock, we can certainly get it out to you before Christmas. Again, I want to thank everyone for watching. I want to thank you for your wonderful questions and your great comments. If you've got questions, whether it's related to our 18th century cooking series, the 18th century in general, to James Townsend and Son and our products, any of those kinds of questions, I would love to hear. Make sure to give us your questions in the comments below. If you haven't already, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. Also, you can see our website and request a print catalog. I want to thank you for joining us today as we explore the 18th century.